Guys, I swear, I'm planning on it.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me again. This is Celeste from I'm Planning on It, and this week in my parenting happy planner layout, I am going to be using these beautiful muted blue and green autumn pumpkins from Chic Fall by Live Love Posh. And the reason that I'm doing a voiceover this week is not only because I am trying to figure out what I like best, what works for me, but also because this spread is the literal personification of trust the process. There were a lot of times in which I definitely did not like this spread and I was doubting myself, but I kept going, and I'm really glad I did because I love the end product. So I start by putting down some blue polka dotted washi on the right hand side, and then what I decide to do is something that I have never done before. And if you take a look on the left hand side, I am going to try to put florals all down that line there. And I really like trying new things in my planner. I like for my planner spreads to look very unique to me. And so since I've never tried this and I haven't found many videos online for the planner, the parenting layout planner, I'm gonna go ahead and try it. So right there I'm looking at it and I'm realizing that takes up a lot of space, a lot of writing space. So then I try to kind of see if I like it or not, try to take it off, and it rips. And something about this spread, every single time that I try to lift up a sticker, the page is ripped. I don't know if it is the quality of the paper. I don't know if it's because it's an older sticker book. I've had it for over a year now. But basically what happened in this spread was that wherever it went down is pretty much where it stayed because I just kept ripping my pages. So here I put down a nice set of pumpkin illustrations. I whited out the black lines in the back, and I'm now adding more floral decoration onto that middle line there on the left page. And I was very scared to keep going because I wasn't loving it at first, and I knew that it was gonna rip if I tried to lift it, but I just went with it. And the more I added, the more I absolutely loved the way it looked. I love that it breaks the left page up into two halves, my list and what I have on the meal plan section. I don't know if I've shared this, but I don't actually use it for meal plans. It's more of a financial landing page for me, so I know what bills are due on which day of the week and what pre-authorized payments are coming out. So I'm looking at this Chic Fall sticker book, and I kind of realized that there are no green boxes. I thought there were, but there weren't. And so I then decided to make a monochromatic blue spread. And I'm totally on board. I think that's a great idea. So I start putting my headers down to cover up, just to make it a little bit more my own. And I'm adding some washi tape to the left page here to bring it over. And I really like the way this looks. I went through a phase where I wasn't using washi as much, and I then started watching Nellie from Be Planner Happy, and she uses washi tape in almost all of her spreads, and I absolutely love her spreads. They are so beautiful, so whimsical, and they are so unique to her that she inspired me to start using more washi tape in my spreads. So here I am adding another blue header, and here I am struggling to where to put these beautiful florals because I know that I want them, but I just don't know where exactly. And I think what tripped me up about this spread specifically was that I had such a clear picture in my mind of what I wanted it to look like that when it wasn't translating precisely onto the page, I was becoming frustrated and disappointed. And so that happens to me sometimes, not often, but sometimes I will plan a spread in my mind and it is just so beautiful, and then when I try to do it in real life, it just does not match my expectations. So I think that's also what contributed to this mess of a planner session that I had, but I do really like the end result, so just stick by me. I promise it's worth it. So at this point, I'm looking to add more decorative pieces. I'm all over the place. So then I start looking for boxes, and I realize that I only have not only like just blue boxes, but there's only that one shade of blue. So then I'm a little bit stuck. I'm looking through the quotes here to see if I want to add any, but like I said to you guys in my previous video, my planner has to be functional for me, so before I add any quotes, I need to start adding boxes. So I here put in the neutral beige box, and I decide, okay, I'll then mix it up. And since I'm bringing the neutral beige in on the right page, what I want to do is replace these, and see it's ripping, replace these headers with the beige ones in order to make it balance. So I put those blue headers to the side and replace them with the beige ones. I'm flipping through the sticker book a lot because I'm hoping that magically it's going to reveal a page of green or different shades of blue, and surprise, it doesn't. So I'm just adding some boxes here in the two colors that I've chosen, and I like to layer my boxes not only on top of each other but throughout various days. And then I realized that I'm running out of the beige boxes. And so I do what Di always says to do from Creative Karma Design, which is use the bleed. She always says that she maximizes her stickers all the time. And so that's exactly what I did. It is trickier, obviously, to handle and to place. But when you're in a tight spot and you don't have as many boxes as you want, this is definitely a good way of getting usage out of that bleed. And I whited out that small faint black line behind it. So then I grab those headers that I had originally put on the left hand side and I add those onto the beige boxes, and then I decide to add a beige header to this blue box. And for some reason I think that I need to trim it to fit within the box, and then once I do that I need to trim the other side to make sure that it's centered. And it's kind of one of those things where I just didn't stop until it was too late, and then I hated the way that that looked because the other headers are layered on the boxes and they're coming off of the boxes a little bit, whereas that one was totally in. So I take it off and find new headers and put that back on the way I want to. Then I get Autumn Allure from Live Love Posh because it has the fall quote stickers that I want. I love this fall sticker. I've been waiting to use it, and so I decide to, instead of using my to-do list on the right hand side for my to-dos, I'm gonna put that quote in there. And as I'm deciding that, I'm also having to think of where I can make space for those tasks because, like I said, I do need function. And so what I decide then at that point is to use bullet points throughout the spread. in order to make up for that lost space. And in this sticker book, I find green boxes. And then I'm kicking myself because I should have looked at that sooner. But, oh well, we live and learn. And then I'm going through and using the two versions of the green that it has. It has a more muted teal and then a little bit of a deeper green. So I just decided at that point to bring in all the colors because I was really losing hope. And I just thought, let's throw everything on the page and see what sticks. So here I am adding bullet points to the page. And whenever I do them in odd numbers, I always place the first bullet point and the last bullet point, and that way I can center the third one precisely where I want it. And I learned that from According to Allie. I used another quote as well, the apple cider quote on the left-hand side. I used it because it was similar in font and also in style. I don't particularly love that they're across from each other, but honestly, once you look at this spread after the fact, like when everything is said and done, I absolutely love it. I wouldn't change anything about it. So then I am adding habit trackers to my left-hand side. And I realized that there are no green habit trackers. So then I am kind of stuck between, am I only using two? So I take a break from that because it's too many existential questions for me at the moment. And I just start putting down bullet points. And I think, honestly, that's what made the biggest difference in this spread, is just how put together it looks after I add the bullets on the left-hand side. I just love it. And I know that I'm going to use it. And it's one of those things that, if you have the stickers, use them. And I love it. I love the way it came out. So I go ahead and then I'm playing around a little bit more with the habit trackers, seeing what I like, seeing what I don't like, and then thinking maybe we can add some decorative. But for now, I go back to the bullet points. And I'm doing them all in a color order up until I run out of beige bullet points, and then it's just all hell breaks loose with my color coordination. So then I'm going back and taking a look at what other decorative stickers I can use, and I can put in that bottom corner there. I'm just gonna cut it to make it pretty, and then I just take some of the scraps and I add it to the outside of some boxes. I mean, sweater weather. I couldn't not use this quote. It's not specifically sweater weather yet here for us. I'm in Canada, but I am all about basic fall. So thank you guys so much for watching.